and there's two types of warfare that come to mind. There's conventional warfare and there's guerrilla warfare. Conventional warfare, this sort of standard act of amassing troops towards a large-scale concerted effort, and it's an obvious attack. Guerrilla warfare, meaning the decentralized approach where you have these different units scattered throughout who can do surprise attacks and pop up. So imagine that with media, right? If we were to collectively say, okay, we're going to get on this type of code and this type of page, but we're not necessarily going to let them know, but they won't see it coming. We'll be able to connect with the community, win over the hearts and minds through values that are actually leading us to where we need to be in serving our interests as opposed to serving their own interests.
All right, excellent. Okay, so I got a text and I want to make sure I make a quick announcement to everybody. I think we have officially sold out of tickets to the B1 ball, so there's no more space to upgrade or anything. We'd love to have everybody, but we only have space for a certain number. So I apologize to those of you who may have wanted to upgrade. That's sold out for now. I just want to let you guys know that. And next year, if you give us a reason, we can make the room bigger or something like that. But now, let me tell you about Dr. Mayotte. Dr. Mayotte ain't just a bad sister. I mean, PhD in engineering. In fact, let's raise your hand if you know a black woman with a PhD in engineering. How many? Okay, a couple hands went up. All right. No, y'all. See, y'all tricking me. See, y'all cheated. You cheated. Okay. So anyway, the reason I ask that is because it's very rare. And one thing I know about engineers, I'm not an engineer, I'm a mathematician, but you know, our oldest has an engineering mind. And one thing I love about the engineering mindset is that engineers solve problems. Mathematicians solve problems. They don't just pretend to solve the problem. They don't just sort of, you know, get all emotional and yell and scream and think that yelling and screaming solves the problem. They actually have to solve it. And so Dr. Mayotte, you've actually developed a media platform that you wanted to talk about where it's you solving problems and implementing something that you think will work. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely.
Is her mic on?
Okay, there we go. I had to put my mouth a little closer to the mic. Thank you so much, Dr. Boyce Watkins, for allowing me time, in space to talk about the media platform. And so in 2013, I had, at that particular time, my son Jalen was 3 years old. And I noticed that he kept asking to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, like it was just, just cartoon after cartoon. And I said, wow, he's really, this is mindless media. He's not learning anything from this. And so I said, you know what? I want to expose him to animations that are centered in our history and our culture, animations that teach Black pride, Black love, animations that teach Black history. So I started looking for them, and I came across one animation, and that was Tell Me Who I Am by Kid Positive, Bobadale Grayson. I don't know if you all heard of him, out in California. And so that was the only cartoon that was centered around our history, our culture, and our achievements. So I said, now we have the books, okay? There are books that talk about it, but I'm talking about animations and catchy animations, as he said, maybe animations that utilize hip hop as a teaching tool. Couldn't find them. And so what I said was, you know what? Instead of complaining about the problem, I'm going to get the youth in my family together, and we're going to create our own animated series. And we came up with the idea, Meltrek, in my living room.